The truth is, life doesn't care how you feel. It only responds to how you show up. So the question is, when pressure hits, will you collapse or will you rise? I'm going to talk about today how to build mental toughness, and I'm going to give you the essential keys to resilience. Because in this world, toughness isn't an option, it's essential. And today I'm going to give you the real keys on how to build unshakable resilience even when life tries to break you. Hi, I'm Prince Williams, and for over 2 decades, I've worked with elite athletes, organizations, corporations, and any warrior in the boardroom and in the battlefield of life. And what I've learned is talent or luck, what separates the two, it's mental toughness. And the good news is, it's not something that you're born with. It's something that you can build, brick by brick, choice by choice. And today, I'm breaking down the exact mindset, the skills and the shifts, the habits, and the inner framework you need to become resilient as hell. So let's shift from reaction to response. Mental toughness begins with emotional control. So when life hits hard, most people react from their pain, their fear, or from pure habit. These are all human. This is all normal. These are human emotions, but it's how you react to the chaos that separates you from everyone else. The mentally tough, what they do is they respond versus react. So this means you may need to take a step back, take a few breaths, maybe a few more, but you have to be so grounded in yourself that you can observe the moment and choose your next move instead of being pulled in by your emotions. Just today, I was in a car accident. I was driving to go get my morning energy drink, and I knew I had to, get on a meeting or a call in about 20 minutes. So I cleaned up, got ready, walked out the door, got in my truck. See, I drive this full-size Toyota Tundra, 30-inch wheels. It's a hell of a monster, hell of a beast. But where I was going was about a half a block from the house. And so I was going to make my way there to the AM PM and get my energy drink because, Red Bull has wings. But I want you to start thinking about when things fall apart, ask yourself, what version of me do I want to respect right now? I had been working on some grounding techniques and teaching myself how to go deeper into this concept of responding versus reacting. So when the accident happened, of course, I was really stunned and all of my airbags deployed. And I was shocked. And it took me a minute to get out the truck, but I wanted to make sure that I was okay first. And then I finally get out the truck. I make sure that the other people were okay. Everybody was fine. But in the face of all of the blame and the pointing of the fingers, I knew this was really an opportunity for me to practice what I preach and ingrain even more this concept into my nervous system. It was hard, but at the same time, I took a couple steps back. I looked at the entirety of the situation and I had a bunch of clarity. I had a sense of peace. And that's all that matters, because everything I knew was it was going to be okay. And I would be able to handle anything that comes my way. I had a level of certainty that came to mind. And so what brings me to my next point is this. You build grit through discomfort, because you don't grow when it's easy. You grow when it's hard, and then you have to keep going. Resilience is a muscle, and the discomfort is like the gym, is where you train it. You can't escape the pain. You can only train it to sharpen you. There's this old saying, if you bleed in training, you don't have to cry in battle. A better way to say it is, it's better to be a warrior in the garden than the gardener in war. So all this means is it's okay to be prepared, but it's how you get prepared that's going to make the difference. So you have to learn how to make a decision, and make a decision on the person that you want to be or the person that you're becoming, and act from that. and you have to choose your hard. Most everything that we do is going to be hard, or at least at first. And if you don't like the repeated outcomes, then you probably need to make a better decision. And this is probably going to make you even more uncomfortable. This discomfort doesn't mean that you're doing something wrong. Actually, it means that you're doing something right. It's going to suck. It's going to suck for sure. But remember, we're responding, not reacting, right? See, the more you ingrain this into your philosophy, into your psyche, into your nervous system, the better you're going to become at resolving issues, gaining clarity, and becoming even more grounded, even when everyone around you is probably in chaos. Not everything deserves your attention to the magnitude that some people react to. They just require some grit, a little bit of mental fortitude to persist, even when you aren't sure what the outcome is going to be. Which brings me to my next point. You need to detach and anchor into your new identity. Weak minds chase validation. Strong minds anchor into identity. It's not about winning or losing. It's about staying aligned in who you are, or who you said who you are. And that's how you stay grounded even in the midst of chaos. Your mission doesn't change because conditions are tough. Ever heard that if you're chasing something, then whatever you're chasing is probably running from you? Well, start each day by asking yourself, who am I becoming? And then act in alignment with that, even when no one is watching. See, this is the inner work that really affects change. It changes your paradigm. See, what you want to do in the darkness, or what you do in the darkness, that's what matters, not chasing those quick dopamine hits that make you feel good in the moment. See, when you start to chase those short-term highs, you really start to get the lows, because it's quick and it's fleeting. It means it goes fast. The one thing that you can do instead of chasing is really set your intentions on something that you want to do or something that you need to do. Move towards that with confidence, and then let go of how it's going to work. Just do the work. What I started reading in this book is called Psycho-Cybernetics. Is one of the rules. It suggests that you need to visualize what you want with intent, and then allow yourself to receive the thing by letting your internal operating system show you the way. And just like a computer, once you give the command, the process seems to work out the solution. You may not know how you got the solution, how it came to that conclusion, but you don't need to know. But hopefully you got a little bit of clarity around the things that you wanted to know. Now, if you like what I'm talking about and it's vibing with you, hit the subscribe button, because I'm going to be dropping more gems in my video. Now to continue. So mental toughness isn't about avoiding pain. Actually, I want you to use your pain as power. Really, what it's about is about transmuting it. So you're going to turn your breakdowns into breakthroughs. Your pain holds the blueprint into every aspect of your life and your purpose. Every wound has wisdom, but only if you're able to face it, sit in it, and then rise from it. So in my own journal practices and in my own reflections, these are some of the things that I had to learn. And so what life has taught me is that through my deepest pain, those pains has taken me to my next levels. It's taken me to my highest levels. So therefore you can use those pain as fuel for your future. It is inside those pains that you really find your purpose. But a lot of people miss that point in the message because they're very quick to want to not feel it because it's uncomfortable. Life is about experiences, both the good and the bad. And from those experiences, you gain a level of perspective. You learn where to course correct. And at the very least, you learn the directions that you don't want to go. You don't have to be a victim. You really want to use this information to become powerful so you don't fold where others may fold. And lastly, this takes me to my last point. It's about keeping your promises to yourself. The most mentally tough people that I've met, they don't need motivation. They have an internal ticker. And most importantly, they have self-trust. And self-trust comes from this very one thing: keeping your promises to yourself. And when you say you're going to show up, do it. Not only be the person for your word for others, but whatever you say to yourself, make sure you keep those promises, even when you don't feel like it. Because when you fail in your private life, it definitely carries over into your everyday working and public life. See, you can run from everyone else and you can show your representative to others, but you will never have influence or connection until you've done it for yourself. You've done the work. So start small. Wake up when you say you will. Finish what you start, because every win builds the foundation for unstoppable resilience. So if you want to build a life that you don't fold under pressure, then start by becoming the person who can handle anything. That's what mental toughness is. It's not perfection, but power through adversity. So drop a fire in the comments if this message hits. And if you're ready to take it deeper, subscribe, because I'm building a community of warriors and people who don't just survive, they thrive alive. Until next time, stand tall, breathe deep, and keep rising. I'm Prince Williams, the real Prince Williams. Until next time.